Good evening. Today we will discuss organizational structure, style, and people, and other related issues to the organization structure. Mainly, this is part of the third assignment, a very important part in the third assignment. So please focus. Whatever you want after the lecture, you can ask. What is organization? What is organization in general? So look at the words in red: structured and managed. We can say it's a social unit or a group of people, well organized and controlled to meet a need or direct or follow the organization goals continuously. So it's a group of people who are working together and they are controlled according to rules, regulations, structure, whatever, and or directed or follow the organizational goals continuously. By the end, they are together to achieve the goals or objectives of the organizational. This is a very brief or short definition for organization. Slide 3. Look at what is organizational structure. Look at the two pictures, two blue diagrams. We'll talk about them now. So it's a framework when the organization put or arrange line of authorities who is responsible for what, and to arrange the way of communication to achieve the organizational goals, and also to allocate or assign the rights and duties of employees in the organization from top to lower level of employees, including everyone, or to do certain jobs or tasks according to the needs of the organization. As you see, the structure could be from top to employees directly, no layers at the first one on the left, no layers, management or director or executive director or the owner directly to the employees. This is one of the, what I call it, very flat type of structure. Later on we'll talk about the structures. This is the easiest, directly, no layers passing through. This one is good or bad, we don't know. Good or negative or positive, we'll know. Think about it, about this question that we will answer later. If you have a layer like that, which is on the left, from the top management directly to the employees, this is one of the structures followed in one of the organizations or type of organization. Later we'll talk about, is it good or negative? Is it good, positive, or negative? So think about it. Later we'll answer the question. The second design on the right, second design of structure on the right side, shows bigger structure and divided into subdivisions, started to grow. Again, which one is better? Think of this question as well. Second one on the right, from the top, then he has assistants for 2 divisions or 3 or 4. This is only the sample. And under those 2 sub-directors, again, deputies or sub-directors, again, there are heads or departments under him, under the second one. So, and the circle goes like that. Which one is better? On the left or on the right? Think about them and later we'll discuss them. We'll see which one is better and which one is not. Why? Why do we need an organizational structure? Do we need organizational structure? Yes. Organizational structure is very important. Management structure always controls and defines the relationship between function, what to do, position, who is responsible for what, and also subdivides or other section. At the same time, managers delegate, means distribute roles, responsibilities, and authority to take responsibility of so and so and so. So again, do we need organizational structure? Yes, any organizational needs that. Why? To link between management structure and the relationship between that and function and position. Who is doing what? It's a very important thing in the organization to carry out the defined task, to carry out the defined task or responsibilities, as we say. Okay, let us move to the second one, types of organizational structure. Sorry for that. We have tall organizational structure, flat organizational structure, virtual organizational structure, and boundaryless organizational structure. 4 types of organizational structure. According to your assignment, I think if you have a question on that, I can't remember the questions, what type of organizational structure Toyota is following. If you know one of them, when you are searching, explain that in detail and insert examples. If it might be using combination of 1 or 2, later we'll see what are those 4 types. We'll explain them, each of them in detail, the coming 4 slides. Okay. Tall organizational structure. Again, focus on the highlighted black one and also in the red one. Let me just talk about it and explain it this way. Tall organizational structure, when we say tall, large organization, this shows what? Taller hierarchy from so and so to so and so and divided to so and so, many branches in that. This means a very tall hierarchy. Means whenever there is tall structure, this will lead to long chain of commands. This one is giving order to that one, this one is giving order to that one, and that, and so on, till it reaches the employees to carry on the duties. This gives orders to the other one, and who is less than the line, and who is less than him in position, and this, the second one goes so on, and till it reaches the people who are doing the job. It's almost similar to military when they give orders, command, do. Why? Because it's tall structure, many subdivisions, many deputies, and that one have many people who are working under him, till it reaches the people who should do the task. It goes in many orders, so it's a kind of similar to military. When organization grows, this is the problem. When organization grows, number of management level increases as well. When you have a very big organization operating in many sections, in many countries, under so many responsibilities, then the management level also increases. This way, the structure grows taller. The good thing here is that the manager is having a smaller area of control. The good thing of this tall structure, whenever the structure is bigger and bigger, as the diagram, if you go back to it, as to the right one, and more than that. This is only an example I showed you. The good thing in that, the manager is having a small area of control. Because the organization is big, they want the work to move smoothly, so they give each manager a short area to take care of, or a short responsibility to take care of. Why? They want that thing to be done perfectly. This means there are many managers in tall structure. Each of them is responsible for a small group under his control. Is this thing good or not? You need to answer that. Is this thing good or not? Think about it as well. Okay, now let us go to the second one. Flat organizational structure. It's almost similar, if not the same, similar to the diagram I showed you as number 1 on the right side. Means fewer management level. Each of those managers is controlling a big group, opposite of the previous one, which is opposite of the tall structure. In tall structure, what we have? The manager is responsible of a small group to take care of. In the flat structure, the manager is responsible of or controlling a big group. Again, in flat organization, the focus is on allowing or giving the authority to the employees, which is opposite tall structure, which is accordingly or which is giving commands or ordering employees. This is done by encouraging self-dependence. When we say in flat organization, the good thing is that the top management is giving the authority to employees to do a lot of things, which is good. They are learning. They are doing a kind of encouraging self-dependence or self-sufficiency and directing and controlling the work by themselves. Only the managers in the flat structure, they give the order to that group, and they do everything. So they learn, they develop, they control, they direct the work by themselves. Again, we can say in flat structure, or the flat structure encourages or motivates creative talents, which is again positive thing. Solve problems by collaboration. When they work together, it gives them a chance to solve the problems by themselves without referring to top management. Teamwork as member of employees are little and they work as a team. Again, in flat structure, teamwork is encouraged as number of employees are little, because they are little and they work as a team, so teamwork is encouraged. Many things here are opposite of the tall structure. In tall structure, the management is responsible of very small group or a very small control of area, and all the things are done by command, giving orders. In flat structure, there is no layers between top management and employees are given the responsibility to do the requirement, referring back to the top people, but they have the freedom, self-dependence, sufficiency, directing, controlling, so they are developing and learning at the same time. In flat structure, which is opposite of that, the employee is controlling a big area of responsibility, not like the tall one, opposite of that. And here in the flat structure also, people are working as a team. As they are small in number, so they work together as one team. They are collaborative, become talented, they able to solve problems by collaboration, which is encouraging employees to develop and learn. Now compare which one you think is better and why. Let us move to the third one. Virtual organizational structure. When we say virtual organizational structure, it is mainly what? It is mainly a computer-generated structure. We can say like cybernet structure, or we can say where the organization uses information and communication technology to replace or even expand or increase some aspects of the organization. No need to have employees in the organization. This is the idea of the first part. No need to have employees if you are expanding part of that. The main focus, the main virtual part is mainly the work is going through computer, net, cybernet, various types of communication with others using the net, either to expand the work or to increase some aspects of the organization. If you want to expand in some areas and you don't have offices and this, so they go to virtual structure, which is online connection. In this one, people who are virtually organized, they deal with each other through various ways of telecommunication means, or electronic means. They deal with each other through various ways of electronic means. phones, net, computer, cyber, many ways of technology, using technology rather than meeting face to face. And they give you one example here. I can also expand in this example. I can say online services like call services can be done online via phones, and solve those problems can be solved without moving from your place. Like sometimes when you want something from Omantel, a number, instead of searching here or there, you call them and they solve your problem. You have a problem in the bank, they have hotline for connection and solving problems, especially during the weekend. So this is the virtual organization structure. It's not a new organization, it's a part of the organization expanding or increasing some aspects of the organization. I think it's easy and direct, and the example is very clear to give. If you didn't understand what is on that part, go to the example, will give you the main idea. And the last type of organizational structure is boundaryless organizational structure. Boundaryless organizational structure, which is what? It's a modern approach in the organizational design. It's a modern approach in the organizational design, which is not controlled by any mentioned types of structure. It's not tall, it's not flat, it's not virtual. It's something, a new thing to the organizational structure, a new thing added, not even limited to specific types of structure. We said that. It is like an organism that encourages better interaction among employees themselves or more closer collaboration with stakeholders. Again, to clarify this, we can say this type of structure is highly flexible, which is good, flexible, very responsive, or we can say approachable, and it depends on talented wherever is found. Means creativity, you are not limited to a specific type. So this type of structure is flexible, doesn't believe on following certain structure. It is trying to find or motivate better and simpler ways of interaction with others. Not following a certain type of structure, always after a new creating, coming with new ways. It is creating a kind of flexible, very responsive to, we can say approachable, you can reach it whenever you want, creating new ideas, coming with new ideas of structure. Doesn't believe in following certain structure, tall yani go like that. No, whatever is possible to solve a problem, try it. It is very simple. It's trying to find, or we said it, trying to find or motivate better and simpler types of interaction with each other. That means no limit for this structure. Whatever is possible to solve a problem, they go for it. Okay, let us go for, so those are the 4 types of organizational structure. Find which one the organization, which one Toyota is following. It might be one of them, it might be mix of 2 or 3 or only one, I don't know. Go over that, find it, explain it, supported with some examples, practices of Toyota which support that point. Don't explain and say going and did as you did in first assignment. Explain the structure itself, support it with examples from other practices. Slide number 10 is referring to basic types of organizational structure. It has the functional structure, which is depending on function of the organization. They divide the organization, the structure of the organization according to the function. Some organizations, the divisional structure, divisions, department of so-and-so, department of so-and-so. Number 3 is a matrix structure, which means what? Mainly focuses on we can say on including work environment atmosphere, depends on work, focuses on environment of the working or environmental atmosphere of the organization, combination of function and division and how it's going to done in the organization. And this is very complex. Mostly they are following a type and they are inserting something in it. Line and staff structure, top management, staff, employees could be like that. And the last one is the project structure. Basic types of organizational structure, project structure. If you are working on a project, how the project is structured, and they call it project structure. The coming pictures, I'll just show you those types, how those types are divided here, just as an example, not that much important, just to show you how the layout is moving. So this here, they divided them into departments. They have customer groups, when say functional, or geographical location. They are divided according to geographical location, or they are dividing by process. I can explain all of them, but no need for that. I just to give you example of various types of structure. And this one again, the structure is divided according to products, trade books, college texts, technical books. So in those products, they are also moving, building on, so and so. And the last one is divided by function, as we said, they're functional. So function, production, marketing, finance, human resource, accounting. So some of our organizations here in Oman, they are divided by function, like what we have, HR, financial department, accounting, so by function, or also not only product, we can say also by process, if they are cultural or organizational things. Mainly like government or like institutions of teaching, they go by function. Each part, what do they do, or which department, or how they are working. Okay, this is, let me move to departmentalization. So departmentalization is what? What is departmentalization? It's a departments divided into the organization into separate units. As we said, this is department of finance, this is the department of HR, this is the department of students affairs, this is the department of, and like that. This is the idea of divided organization into separate units, working as grouped by skilled and expertise to specialize their skills. In the departments, the main thing, most of people are put together according to their skills and their experience in that. For example, in the IT department, who's going to be there? You will see all the people who have IT skills. In the financial or finance department, all the people who have mathematical skills. In HR, who have experience in practices of HR. This is the idea. In departmentalization, most of those people who are on those departments, they are divided according to their skills and experience. Therefore, we say expertise. They come experience, they have the good skill, or they become experts in their field according to the skill that they have. Let us go to the good thing about departmentalization, the advantages of departmentalization. It has several advantages. It has, in departmentalization, employees' skills develops and they progress fast, because in that department you have the skill and you are working on it. Today you are slow, tomorrow you'll be faster, day after tomorrow you will be the fastest, because every day you are practicing that skills. They become experts in their specialty. Because of practicing the skill, you become expert in your field. Through those skills, people in departments of the company or any organization can achieve high level of economical scale. As they are expert and skills, everyone wants them in any organization. Employees can coordinate the work with their job, and top management role or positive role can easily direct the activities or actions in the organization. Yani management here, they don't have that problem dealing with those people. As they are giving the direction, those employees are doing the job as they are expert and skillful in their area. So management a positive thing about that management, positive role or thing, just giving the rules and direction, yes. And because he's dealing with experts. And disadvantages we finished. Employees develop skills. We talked about. Yes. Okay. Let us move to disadvantages of departmentalization. When you have skillful people is good, but departments may not communicate well. I am dealing well with my computers and that, but I have no idea about what's going on there. So there is no connection between that, and this is one negative thing. If I take a person from IT and I need him for a support in HR, I need time to teach him or train him. Therefore, there is no well communication. Employees may identify with their department's goals rather than organizational goal. This is one of the main problems as well. Disadvantages. In my department, I care I care with the rules and regulations I get from my boss, my head of that department, because I'm finishing what he wants or the goals that is put for us. I don't care about the organizational objectives. As I'm doing my job, the rest is not for me. This is one of disadvantages of that. The company's response to external change may be slow. Why? Because I have no idea with the external environment. Only my based focus things are in my department. So the response might be very slow. People may not be trained to take different managerial responsibilities. Instead, they become specialists or experts. This is the problem. Those people who are working in departments, they rarely get the chance to be manager or CEO or whatever. Why? Because they become too specialist. They are not trained on managerial responsibilities. They are not given other responsibility to show as stars, to come out from that circle. Where are they? By the end, they become specialists. They become experts in their field. Department members may engage in groupthink and may need outside input. This is true. When I ask them to do certain things, they might think together in that department within the limit of their skills and experience. But if they need a solution for something which is a bit far from their responsibility, at that time they might need help from outside. Let us go back to the features. Let us go back to the features of organizational structure. Determines means control the method and level to which role or power, we can say, and responsibilities are delegated or given to the given in the organization. Features, characteristics of a organizational culture, which is good about it. Determines means it means the controlling the method and the level to which roles, responsibilities, powers are delegated or given or distributed in the organization. Second one depends on the objectives of strategies. We can say sometimes the structure of the organization depends on the objectives and strategies of the organization. Yani the structure are divided, or the structure is done or put in within the objectives of the organization. It should achieve what is there, or depends on the objectives, because my main objectives and strategies so and so and so, according to that I will form my structure. Sometimes it will work, but sometimes no. According to many things, structure depends on many other things, and we'll see. And we can say the structure of the organization works as a perspective, or we can say as a standpoint or perception. Through it, we can say it's a kind of perception. Through it, individuals can see their organization and its environment. How they do that? The structure of the organization can help in clarifying the working environment, and can be supportive as well as it is well designed. This is the idea of the last one. Yes, this is the idea of the last one, or last point. Importance of organizational structure. It impacts, it reduces a lot of things, it promotes, it improves, it contributes. Let us see. It impacts, or we can say it influences the effectiveness and sufficiency of the organization, which is a good thing. Structural organization is important, yes, because it impacts or it influences the effectiveness and efficiency of the organization. So good. Number 2, structure is important as it reduces extra unnecessary actions. When I have structure, well-organized structure, I will reduce a lot of unnecessary action or redundant action. Promotes teamwork. Organization structure is always encourages or promote teamwork. It's also important, structure is important, improves communication in the organization. It also improves communication in the organization, yes, we said. It has a very important role as it contributes or participates to success or failure of the organization. So it has a very big role or impact on the organizational success or failure. So the structure is important. Might lead you to succeed or makes you fail. Okay, also we can say, so structure is very crucial. Yes, as we can say, it's very crucial in forming a strong base for the organization, and it can be sustainable. If it is strong enough, the organization can carry on for a long period of time. Slide 18. Slide 18, we will talk about slide 18. Seems purpose of organizing. Do we need to organize? Yes, because we need to divide work in specific jobs and departments, assign tasks and responsibilities associated with individual jobs, coordinates various organizational tasks, coordinates or diverse organizational tasks, establish, I can say number 1, 2, 3, 4, establish relationship between is good. What about the number 5? Establishes formal lines of authority. What do you mean by that? Can say organizational help in forming formal lines of authority. Helps in forming formal line of authority. Means what? Establishing formal lines of authority. The purpose of organizing, why we are organizing in the organization, we need an organizational structure. Why do we need that? Because organizing in any organization help in forming formal lines of authority. Helps to assign this person for that responsibility, this person for that responsibility. Okay, so forming the line of authority shows who is responsible for what and assigning that person. Also, we can say 6, because all of them are clear. I'm just trying to allocate organizational resources. Again, this is also easy. Assign or share how organizational resources are used in the organization. the idea here is using them or sharing them in the organization, make positive use of those resources. Clusters job into units means dividing the jobs or groups, clusters jobs into units. That means putting or dividing groups, different groups or different jobs into units. For example, we can say, when we have organized things, we can say putting them into groups or into units. Like we can say in any organization, like let us go make use of our CBFS organization, how they formed in units. We can say financial unit, we have financial unit, HR unit or department if you want to say, student support unit, and so on. Go like that. All the units are specialized or grouped or divided into according to the job they are doing. Yes, and the coming slide is number 19. I can say it from here. Factors affecting organizational structure. Are there things that might affect the organizational structure? Yes. Size of business and kind of product or services it provides. If the business is so big, so we need a tall structure. In tall structure, maybe actions or orders or command are done or not. And kind of product also or services. So those things depends on how they are structured, how are they divided, and also remember the cultural background, those people who are doing that. So affects. Structure will differ between. Of course, the structure is not the same. Structure will differ between high. It's not high-tech, sorry, I was thinking of high-tech. Structure can be defined between two things. High-tech company employing 50,000 in 8 countries. So do they need the same structure to follow in the organization with a high-tech company? A company that has employees, more than 50,000 employees in 8 different countries, might be in different continents with different cultural background, with different ethical beliefs, with all those things. So do they need the same structure if they are working in small retail business, which is just dozen of employees, which is not more than 12 employees? So here the structure might differ, because either big organization operating in various countries or a small retail business which is not more than 12 employees in it. So the structure here is not going to be the same. And allocation of duties and responsibilities is not going to be the same. This is the idea of that. And the last one, we came to the tutorial questions. What is restructuring? When do we need restructuring? Discuss the importance of restructuring for organizational development. We talked about structuring. We didn't say restructuring. Why do we need restructuring? Go back to the slides. You will see why we need restructuring. Again, there is one important thing which is in the coming 2 chapters. I will try to cover one of them, which is very important for the coming assignment, and I also try to release it before the other Monday, only because I want you to finish earlier to make use of your time on the assignment. The last chapter, which is not the last chapter, chapter 12 is not much. We have only 1 point. No, the last one. Okay, we have 2 more chapters. I will just see and focus on the most important related things to the assignment, which are not required in the assignment. I will try to ignore to make it more focused for you. All the best. If you have anything as usual, you can contact me in the group.